you already have your Christmas list made out, right? I mean, we're pretty much through 2023. Like, it's time for football season and Thanksgiving. My birthday is the exact same week. Oh my God, like I can't wait for that. But like, yeah, it's time to think about like the tree and the lights and the presents and making New Year's resolution because 2023 is pretty much done. So, okay, the very first thing, sneakers. Am I on track? Am I off pace? What is the deal with sneakers in 2023? I'm surprisingly doing really, really well. So I had this goal, like max of 15 sneakers for the year. We'll see what happens because 2023 still has a few months to go. But I believe I picked up, if I'm correct, 10 sneakers retail. Now we're excluding anything that is a seated pair. I'm super grateful and appreciative and humbled for those pairs, but we're not talking seated pairs, just pairs I spent my own money on. I believe I have 10 retail pickups total, or maybe, yeah, it might be 10 retail pickups total or 9, but I will put the graphics and the numbers on the screen. So it's either 9 or 10 pickups total. But the important thing, I've spent half of what I spent last year in 2022 already, and that was through like the true first half of the year. So in the first 6 months last year, I spent double of what I've spent this year, so that's a win in itself. I think a lot of that has to do with me picking up, I think, more collaborations. Back then, when you add in the Concepts Air Maxes, it was definitely pricier then than it is right now. Discernment has been one of my greatest tools and best friend in 2023, and then I do have that one higher priced resale pair, the Grail, the Fear of God one in black and white. So what am I looking forward to? Because I already have the black toe one on the way, secured, check that one off. I think right now, in terms of August, I don't have a ton of retail pairs that are like on my radar. I will say this, I really like, not necessarily sure when this pair is coming out, but this Nike Dunk Low, just in terms of the athletic department, I mean, I like it. I really do, and part of that is because I have the low for the Michigan pair. I don't have the low in the Michigan State, so I can't finish that pair, and I have the highs and the low is not finished, and I know that satin low is coming out, but to be honest with you, I feel like you could wear that one a little bit more than the satin pair. Either way, they're both really gorgeous, and I'm not an MSU fan, I'm a Michigan fan, go blue always, but you know, it just still captures my attention. So we'll see what happens in the coming months. The Cherry 12, that is absolutely positively on my radar in October. So we'll see what happens. Please stay tuned to the channel. If you like what you see, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I promise you, I really appreciate it. And you guys getting me to 40K means more than you know. All right, so saving and investing. I've been pretty spot on with that. I have goals that aren't necessarily like disclosed in detail the dollar amounts, but in terms of consistency, I've hit those. And actually putting in the goals for investing and saving has actually helped curb the spending on sneaker pickups. So that was just a twofold thing that I really enacted for 2023. Opportunity cost is just, it's reality. So if I'm spending more, let's say on future me in stocks or ETFs within my Roth IRA account, or if I'm saving more just to make sure that I have the cushion that I want long term, then that can't go towards other things like pickups. It can't even go towards clothes. Like I've spent far less on clothes this year than I did last year. I don't think that I've done the math, although I'm pretty sure I easily could do that just by looking through some records that I keep to see how much I've spent on clothes this year versus last year. But I think it's far less. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've shown far less on the channel here. I mean, this is one thing that I have, and listen, you know, I'm still getting over the heartbreak the US has knocked out of FIFA for women, but you know what? I'm still repping Meg, you know, like legendary career icon, like just so happy to be able to have this kit from 2018. It was a must before she retired, so nothing but respect to her. But yeah, I do have some clothes. I'm pretty much filling gaps here and there, and you know, when we're talking about filling gaps in the closet, I guess I should go ahead and give you guys an update on the closet cleanout. All right, so closet cleanout, that was definitely a big to-do for 2023. It's still in the process. I have like 2 really big bags of hoodies and sweatshirts still out there, and as I get closer to fall, I will make the determination on each of them, where they go. Do they stay? Do they leave? Do I have like a late back to school haul for the kids to enjoy? Probably. So my friend's kids already received a lot of different things, right? So if you're curious, I'm actually just going to go through of what I believe I've already given away so far in this summer. So in terms of jackets, this is a little embarrassing. 12. Like the kids have gotten 12 jackets. They've received 15 sweatshirts, 21 t-shirts. What is this? 11 pairs of pants. I don't even know how. 3 pairs of denim, 7 pairs of shorts, like an actual collared shirt, a sweater. I actually gave away an essentials like knit sweater. and then 11 pairs of sneakers. So that's right, 11 pairs of sneakers have left my closet, and I will not miss them. They were pairs that just, they didn't work their way into rotation. They didn't get enough love, and they are in better homes. If it's not actually with like my nieces and nephews, then it's with kids that my friend, their mom knows, like would certainly benefit from those shoes, especially with the back to school season. And to me, that's what it's all about. Most of us, almost all of us within this, we have far more than what we need. And so if you are going through a clean out just based on what your true style is right now, and you know what fits it and what doesn't, and you want to be more intentional with what you keep in your closet, then please, I would just say, like, bless someone else if you can. Now, if you're looking to sell some of your pairs to be able to pay for other pairs, then I totally get and understand that, and I have respect for that. So do you there. Continuing to have discernment on what I pick up though, that is a really big thing. Like I've held back on sweatshirts and different, hoodies and crew necks that I've seen. I want them. We know how I feel about sweatshirts, but if I've already cleaned out this many and probably another 20 or so, it could be more, are just in my room right now, still waiting for me to go through them, then I just need to continue to pump the brakes a little bit. That will be hard with football season coming up for Michigan, because there will be something that I want. I know that, and you know that, but I'm still holding strong. So what clean out, just in terms of sneakers or clothes, it could be hats, like have you embarked on in 2023? And how are you doing with it? Okay, so what are some areas that I am not doing that great in? Number one, when it comes to reading, I have just not been diligent in that. The last book, though, that I read, The Dumb Things That Smart People Do with Their Money. So I think this is a really great read, no matter what your income level will truly be, because at some point these things will play a factor, and it can be about retirement, investing, passing assets from one generation to the next. So just important things to be able to know, and really smart people can do really dumb things with their money. I mean, I talk about that all the time. You can be someone that's earning quite a bit, but what if you're not mindful of lifestyle creep? I have a video here on the channel for that, so be sure to check that out. But I am curious, how are you doing through, the first half of 2023? It pretty much feels like we're, what, 2/3 or making our way to 2/3 of the way through. Are you doing good in some areas, doing bad in some? Hopefully you can celebrate the areas in which you're doing good and don't beat yourself up too much, but also be self-aware to say, hey, if I'm not doing good in certain areas, can I do better? Can I carve out just a little bit more time, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, make that checklist of the big to-do things, and whatever else may not get done, it may not get done, but being able to hit those goals that we set for ourselves, especially if it's financially, if it has to do with just home life or learning a different skill or progressing in some way. Like, I get it, it gets difficult, it gets hard, but I hope that you are working towards those things that will make you feel, accomplished, and there's fulfillment and accomplishment. Now, in terms of us still having fun and enjoying ourselves, listen, there are a ton of drops that you can enjoy, and I hope you do. I mean, hopefully you'll tune into the video for the Air Jordan 1 Low Black Toe whenever that ships. I've seen people say that Nike is like, hey, your shoe may arrive like the 14th or 15th. What? Like, my goodness, we are dealing with some bad supply chain issues still. So whenever the shoe arrives, the shoe will arrive. I do have some content up though right now, or videos on this. So by the time this video is up, you guys should be able to see a breakdown just of my thoughts on this, how super comfortable it is, but also a comparison to other sneakers I have in my collection, and just how comfy is that pair. I mean, even compared to this, and the Wave Runner is probably going to win out in style for a lot of you, but that is still a very comfortable shoe. So please check those out. We saw the return of Yay Day 2, but we then learned there were no more Yeezys after that. So what are my thoughts on that? Or if you care to listen to them, you can check out that video too on the channel. And more importantly, if you like any of the content, just be sure to drop a like I promised. It's free. There's nothing that it costs you, but it definitely shows appreciation to myself. And just know, anytime you spend here, I appreciate it. Hopefully you comment down below your thoughts. What are you still chasing before we really hit fall? Or are you taking a chill? Are you relaxed and having a seat until fall? I have quite a few things on the way coming up in relation to, a few trips, being able to see family, being able to do some different things. So if I can share those with you, I certainly will. But just know, I appreciate you. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.